the Catholic doctrine of Mary being a permanent virgin, we know is false doctrine and heresy.
I would fully agree with the pastor here that it is false doctrine, though I don't think I'd go all the way as saying it's heresy.
Because Mary did not remain a virgin, because after she gave birth to Christ, she had at least minimum 6 other biological children.
The perpetual virginity of Mary is not false doctrine. It's a defined dogma of historic Christianity for over 1,500 years, used by Catholics, Orthodox, and many Protestant reformers.
The doctrine existing for a while doesn't actually work in your favor here. I mean, if we go back to the 2nd century and look at Tertullian's writing on the flesh of Christ, he believes that they were Jesus' literal brothers and sisters. And if that's not early enough, Hegesippus, who came much longer before him, also wrote that they were Jesus' literal brothers.
This argument pretty much always comes down to one thing. People saying that Jesus had brothers and sisters, apparently has 6 siblings according to this, but that completely falls apart because the word used in scripture does not automatically mean biological siblings like it would today if you and I were saying, oh my...
This isn't entirely wrong, but the way she said it is wrong. Adelphoi does actually translate into brothers immediately, and it cannot be used in any other way unless context shows. So the immediate translation of Adelphoi is always brother.
In Jewish culture and language, the word brother was actually used for cousins, relatives, or anybody of close kin. So
Okay, but again, it is about the context, because as seen here, Adelphoi means brother. As seen in Matthew 4:18, we know Andrew and Peter are literal brothers. But here's an example of brothers not being biological here in Matthew 12:50. For whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother. Jesus is speaking, and we know we don't become biological siblings with him. So then when we're reading passages like Mark 6:3, and it says, is this not the carpenter, the son of Mary, and the brother of James, Joses, Judas, and Simon, and are his sisters not with us? The natural reading that takes zero interpretation is these are literal siblings. And the context of this passage does not show otherwise.
one of the strongest arguments here is what happens at the cross itself. In John 19, we see that Jesus entrusts his mother Mary with the Apostle John. If Jesus had biological siblings, if Mary had other children, this makes no sense culturally and legally for the time. That Jesus would not have told John to take care of his mom. And
it makes perfect sense if you look at the history of Jesus' brothers. According to John 7:5, his brothers did not believe in him yet. You see in Luke 14:26 that faith comes before family. So it makes perfect sense that he would give his mother to people who believe in him.
Also, the belief of Mary's perpetual virginity comes from the earliest Christians, the earliest centuries after Jesus. They believe.
Well, as I pointed out earlier, this is not true because Hegesippus wrote about it mid-2nd century, and he said that they were literal siblings. The belief of perpetual virginity actually didn't come around until the end of the 2nd century and more in the 4th century than anywhere else. Scripture makes it clear, these are his literal siblings.